Yo, 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 it's your boy OG Spade. Now, today I'm doing something a little different. Y'all know every so often I do buyer's guides on different things. But today I'm doing a buyer's guide on Xenoblade Chronicles, the series for the Switch. The reason why I'm doing this is because I was interested in the game. I bought one of the titles, didn't play it for a while. Then when I did play it, I fell in love with it. So it just interested me on how much the whole series would cost just to have it on the Switch. Not really going into much story detailing in depth. If you're looking for that, there's other channels for it. But it's your boy OG Spade. Smash that like, subscribe, hit the bell to get notified, and the Xenoblade Chronicles is a really good series. It started with Xenoblade on PlayStation 1. Also went to Xenosaga on PS2. Now there's a bunch of drama with the creator and Squaresoft, and he left to build his own company, Monolith Soft, with Nintendo, which is where the Xenoblade Chronicles games came from. That's a whole nother story within itself too. Other channels cover that as well. So yeah, but so first of all, I bought every Xenoblade Chronicle game available for the Switch. So the first game that I did buy when I seen it was Xenoblade Chronicles 3. Now, this game runs about like $49.99, $50, a little bit over 50 online, Amazon, wherever you buy your games. But there is a used game store near me, and they had a copy, as you can see, for $44.99. So I was able to luck up. So this was the first game that I bought in this series. Pretty dope game. Took me a while to get around to it, to play it. But once I played it, I was like, damn, why was I just sitting here not playing this game the whole time, or not whatever? So watched a couple videos about it. Boom. So let's go 45, anywhere between $45, $50 for Xenoblade Chronicles 3. So after I got Xenoblade Chronicles 3, I was like, okay, so how did this whole series start? So it started with Xenoblade Chronicles. Now, Xenoblade Chronicles 3, just a little history about that. It was released in July 29th of 2022. So it's the most recent in the series. Now, Xenoblade Chronicles, the first game in the series, was released June 10th, 2010. And it was released on Nintendo Wii. Now, mind you, it's been on multiple consoles. It's been on Nintendo Wii, 3DS, the Wii U, and it finally got its definitive edition on the Switch. The graphics are a little better. They change, well, that's up to debate if they're better or not, but they kind of changed it into a more, I don't know, anime kind of look, I feel like. But the facial expressions are a lot better. And also the DLC, which was separate at one point, was added into Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition. So you're not only paying for the game itself, you're also going to get the DLC like right after you finish the game. It'll unlock. So this game being a really dope one, being that it has the DLC included in it. So, Xenoblade Chronicles, you can find this online for about anywhere from $45 to $50. It's pretty accessible and available everywhere. I feel like this one and Xenoblade Chronicles 3 were the easier of the ones to find. All right, so the third game that I picked up in the series was not Xenoblade Chronicles 2 per se. So the third game I got in the series was Xenoblade Chronicles 2 Torna the Golden Country. Now, I did not, as soon as I grabbed this, I didn't play it. Because I had watched a lot of videos and it had told me, even though it's a prequel, you want to play part 2 to get the full context of what's going on in the prequel. So I understand it, so I just bought it and kind of sat on it. Now with this one, couldn't find any used copies at all. All I could find was new copies. Fine. So once looking for them, I kind of seen a ton of different ones. Like mainly I shop at Amazon, GameStop, or this used game store that's like near me. Second Chance Gaming in Portage, Michigan. Shout out to them. But yeah, this game was kind of hard for me to find. So once I found it online, I seen that it was a whopping $55.99, and I was like, wow, like almost $60 for this. So after I was just like, screw it, it's a brand new title, paid for it and everything. Spent almost $60 on this. Now you could probably find this cheaper used, but this is what I spent on it. I spent about $60, and I was kind of upset because I'm like, dang, it's a DLC and I spent $60 on the DLC. That's crazy. And on top of that, I wasn't too upset because once I opened up the box, it came with this. So it came with a code for all the other DLCs for Xenoblade Chronicles 2. So I really couldn't be too upset that I paid about $60 for this. So I digress. But yeah, that one ran. You could probably find a used one anywhere from like 40 to 50 bucks, but brand new one probably gonna run you anywhere between $55 to $60 for Xenoblade Chronicles Torna the Golden Country. So, leading on to the next game I bought. So I also did buy Xenoblade Chronicles 2. Right? Grab Xenoblade Chronicles 2. This game actually was the hardest one and the most elusive one to find for me. So looking on Amazon for new copies, I like to buy my games new. If I can't buy them new, I'll just get them used as long as they're in great condition. So went looking for new copies thinking I'm going to pay like 50, maybe 60 for it. No. I've seen like $70 plus. I even seen a copy for $99 brand new. So I was like, not going to do that. So I hit up my game store. At the time, they didn't have one in stock. So, kept looking, called up GameStop. GameStop, they had 2 copies for $55. I was like, bet, I'm on my way. Get down to GameStop. Guess what? They don't even have a box. They're just the game card. I want the box. If you just okay having a game card, GameStop got it for $55, but I needed the box for it. I'm a collector, so I kind of need the box. I declined and went looking again. So I found one for $46 or $47 online on Amazon, brand new. So I was like, bet I'm gonna buy it. But when I got it, it was the European edition. So that is something you got to watch for on Amazon. Make sure that you're getting the right titles. But it's not too much of a downfall because The Switch does have open, region on it, so you can play games from different places. Just sometimes it affects the DLC and the online capability. Remember, I told you guys I got that DLC with Torn of the Golden Country, so I was thinking like maybe the DLC won't work or apply because I have the European edition. But lo and behold, it worked. Everything works great. If you just don't mind having the European edition, it's just a little cheaper, but really no differences at all. Spent a little less money on a game that was harder to find and more expensive out of the whole series. And the last game for the Xenoblade Chronicles I did get as well was the add-on DLC for Xenoblade Chronicles 3. That ran me another $30 on top of that, which it was a great story to kind of tie everything back up. $30 was probably the cheapest out of everything I paid in here, so that was totally fine. So coming to that grand total, so the grand total came up to $235. So Xenoblade Chronicles 3 ran me about $45 to $50. Xenoblade Chronicles ran me $50. Torn of Golden Country ran me $60. Xenoblade Chronicles 2 ran me $50. And the add-on for Xenoblade Chronicles 3 ran me another $30. Adding that up, that's about $235. Also, I know that Xenoblade Chronicles X is not a part of the timeline in Xenoblade, in the main line of Xenoblade Chronicles. I really wasn't sure if it was, so I just bought it like shortly after I bought Xenoblade Chronicles 3. Also played that game, fell in love with it as well, so I did find out it's not a part of the series. But if you do want to add that on, I spent another $60 on that, so that'll bring our grand total up to $295 to $300 is how much you'll have to spend to play this whole game series in its entirety on the Nintendo Switch. Now, with me running into problems finding Xenoblade Chronicles 2, I advise you guys, go out here, grab those games. If you really want to play them, go and find them, get them, buy them before they disappear and before the prices go crazy high. Nintendo is one of those companies I really appreciate that the price line on their game, it takes a lot for them to drop on most of their games. So not only are you looking at it like a purchase, look at it like an investment as well. But it's your boy, OG Spade, Xenoblade Chronicles Buyer Guide. Peace.